The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, based on the story by L. Frank Baum. Thump! Dorothy sat up and noticed that the house was no longer moving. She sprang from her bed, and with her dog Toto at her heels, she ran and opened the door. The cyclone had set the house down in the midst of a country of marvelous beauty. While Dorothy stood looking at the strange and beautiful sights, she noticed a little old woman and a group of oddly dressed people coming towards her. The old woman spoke.
Welcome, noble sorceress, to the land of the Munchkins. We are so grateful to you for having killed the Wicked Witch of the East and setting our people free.
To which Dorothy replied,
You are very kind, but there must be some mistake. I haven't killed anyone. Your house did. See?
Dorothy looked and noticed a pair of feet in silver shoes sticking out of the corner of the house.
The Witch of the East was proud of those shoes, and now they're yours.
Dorothy took off her old leather shoes and tried on the silver pair, which fit her perfectly.
I'm anxious to get back to my aunt and uncle in Kansas. Can you help me find my way? You must go to the City of Emeralds. Perhaps the Great Wizard of Oz will help you. The City of Emeralds is paved with yellow brick, so you cannot miss it. When you get to Oz, do not be afraid to tell him your story and ask him to help you.
Dorothy and Toto bid their friends goodbye and started along the road of yellow brick. When they had gone several miles, they stopped to rest on the top of a fence and saw a scarecrow placed high on a pole in a surrounding cornfield.
Good day,
said the Scarecrow, startling Dorothy.
Did you speak?
Certainly. Who are you?
My name is Dorothy, and I'm going to the Emerald City to ask the Great Oz to send me back to Kansas.
Do you think that the Great Oz could give me some brains? You see, I am stuffed, so I have no brains at all.
Well, if you come with me, I'll ask Oz to help you, too.
Dorothy helped the Scarecrow over the fence, and together they started along the path of the yellow brick road for the Emerald City. They journeyed through the forest and were soon startled by a deep groan. They turned and discovered something shining in the distance. It was a man entirely made of tin, with an uplifted axe in his hands.
Did you just groan?
Yes! My joints have rusted so badly that I cannot move, and no one has stopped to help. Dorothy found an oil can and oiled the Tin Man's joints. This is a great comfort. I might have stood there forever if you had not come along. How did you happen to be here?
We're on the way to the Emerald City to see the Great Oz. I want him to send me back to Kansas, and the Scarecrow wants him to put some brains in his head.
Do you suppose Oz could give me a heart? If you will allow me to join your party, I will also go to the Emerald City and ask Oz to help me too.
Come along,
said the Scarecrow heartily. The Tin Man shouldered his axe, and together the trio passed through the forest following the road of yellow brick. Suddenly, there came a terrible roar.
Roar!
And a lion bounded into the road, chasing after Toto and frightening the trio.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A big beast like you chasing after a little dog. You're nothing but a big coward.
I know it. I've always known it. But how can I help it?
I am going to the Great Oz to ask him to give me some brains, because my head is stuffed with straw.
And I'm going to ask him to give me a heart.
And I'm going to ask him to send Toto and me back to Kansas.
Do you think Oz could give me courage?
Just as easily as he could give me brains.
Or me a heart.
Then if you don't mind, I'll go with you, for my life is simply unbearable without a bit of courage.
And once more the little company set off upon the journey to the Emerald City to see the Great Oz.